Let's get ready to...
What the hell is even that?
That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke.
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
He vatored!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
Welcome. I've been thinking about new costumes and headwear. Should I get a hijab? Thoughts? Chat? Anyone?
I mean, you never know. Does that go over the same as depicting Muhammad in an image, though?
I may have bought Muslim garb and never wore it for some reason. Probably because of how peaceful their religion is.
Right.
We have too much to get to. ABF, how you doing?
I'm doing great, but I've been sentenced to prison and I need to escape with a spoon after this stream.
You're jumping ahead. You're spoiling everything. Yes, of course he will be escaping prison, but that's the last tab. The first one's calling everyone fat. Thank you for the motivation today, ABF. I am a fatty. I'm doing good on several things, doing bad on some other, but I am making changes, and that's what matters, is what I'm going to tell myself. Hopefully the caffeine headaches are gone. So I'm done with my withdrawal. I'm a new man. Hayden, how you doing, buddy?
Doing okay. Feeling a little under the weather today, but I had to be here to talk about, well, the absolutely nothing that's happened in the news, I guess. So, you know. Well,
I have barely any tabs. See how these barely any tabs? Some of them I'm probably going to accidentally exit out of because it's so hard to click on the tab. You got to click above the tabs.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac, you're also fat. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, that's why the beard sticks around. A few chins, you got to keep concealed carry. You know what I mean? Big advocate of kind of a slow news week. I don't know if we have much to talk about. So, you know, chat's going to need to pardon us if we run out of topics. It's just not too much going on, you know.
Not
so other
enough.
than being fat, which bullying, I just have to say bullying works. And when you're doing push-ups, you need to say, if I don't do one more rep, then I'm gay. That's what you have to say. So do one more rep. And no one's going to clip that either. So thank you for listening to my TED Talk.
Well, I'm so happy that you're here with us, even though you're a complete hack.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. An ignorant one. Yes.
It's not enough to be anti-gay. You have to be actively anti-gay.
100%. Yes.
And also, like doing some push-ups or something before you take showers. That's good. Or doing something, a quick little something before you go to bed or when you wake up in the morning. It's all about that routine.
100%. Yeah.
And the most important part of that routine, being shamed into it, you fat pigs. Thank you for the motivation, ABF. But we got enough tabs, okay, ABF? Thank you for calling me fat. Stephen Miller, or as Isaac calls him, one of the good ones.
He's my favorite one. He's my favorite one.
So just a quick couple ones, because one of the most important parts to this whole freaking mind virus is that original critical theory. A lot of people know CRT, critical race theory, which came from critical theory, which was the white people colonizers.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one of the like OG like white guilt things that has caused so much of what we're currently living through. And getting the Overton window pushed enough past that is very important for people waking up and finally realizing maybe I don't want to be ethnically cleansed in my homeland. That would be cool. Stephen Miller. Ooh, Jake Martin. Noticeably fats. I shame thee.
It's needed, Jake. Thank you. It's needed. Yes.
Legit. Thank you. Or I should have, noticeably fats. I shame thee. Okay. Stephen. Not long after World War II, the West dissolved its empires and colonies and began sending colossal sums of taxpayer-funded aid to these former territories, despite having already made them far wealthier and more successful. We just kept giving because we're so kind.
Yeah.
The West opened its borders, a kind of reverse colonization. I like to just call it colonization, but honestly, it's like super colonization because like we're paying them to colonize us. We used to have to pay for the colonizing and the setting up the infrastructure, which then allowed them to benefit and be able to actually set up cities and stuff like that. So South Africa being an excellent example. The West opened its borders, providing welfare and thus remittances. That's the biggest one. Is a lot of normies don't think about the amount of money just being siphoned out of the country. Not even just the government sending, but all the remittances that people are sending. While extending these newcomers and their families not only the full franchise, maybe we shouldn't let them be able to vote, but preferential legal and financial treatment over the native citizenry. I am in America, in the Midwest, in the middle of my state, in the suburbs, in between city and rural. We are absolutely flooded with these fuckers. I am like the perfect bellwether, like middle of the road center to judge these things. I've been trying to warn about it, and it's, occasionally while doing that, you can't help but I'm feeling a little, am I being a racist? Am I doing racisms?
Yeah.
Or am I being objective? But then now we're finally, the Overton windows move so much, it's like, oh, no, I was just...
Oh, I wasn't being racist the
Exactly,
entire time.
yeah.
My country was being taken over.
Yeah.
I wasn't wrong to point it out.
Yeah. I just kind of don't like being replaced out of my homeland. I don't love it too much. And it's not because I hate other people. I just... Dark blonde with a bad camera. Thank you, ABF. I love other people so much that I love them to be in their own country. That's the way I look at it, And
yeah, remigration is to the benefit of us all. It's honestly very moderate. I think the fact that you support remigration that we like pay for, a lot of times we like give them money and stuff.
Yeah.
That is honestly too moderate for me. I have some far more interesting
Listen,
ideas.
believe it or not, I am a bit of a bleeding heart Christian in that way too. There's other options where if I really look into the fleshly side, I'm like, we could really get this done quicker,
And I'm just saying, if their country was that much of a problem, we could turn it to glass and then send them back to rebuild
That's
glass
what
house.
I'm saying.
That's
Target
such a Hayden
practice,
thing to
Hayden.
say.
Yes.
And also, it's like
100%.
that joke that Rocco told in Boondock Saints. I'll just have a Coke, please.
I'll have a Coke. Yes.
Now, Isaac, the neoliberal experiment at its core has been a long self-punishment of the places and peoples that built the modern world. How do you feel about the neoliberal experiment, the liberal world order, the rules-based system, Isaac? You feel like it's worth keeping intact?
No, I don't think so. And as the quote that's been going around this last few days from Pompey the Great, don't quote laws to us, we carry swords. So that's something that's been circulating the internet greatly. And it basically boils down. Yeah, no, that's what it boils down to is, international law this, tolerance that. But at the end of the day.
The amount of people saying, yeah, international law is meaningless. International law is heartwarming.
It is, yes.
Except for the part where we're going to have a bloody civil war / world war at the same time, all throughout the world.
Yeah,
That's secondary. That's secondary.
Yeah,
part of the thing behind speak softly and carry a big stick was you're not afraid to hit somebody with that stick whenever it comes to it. And
yeah. Grogu gets a little lippy. Yeah, you got to keep them in line.
And it's a good point too. What is the American dollar backed by? Not gold or silver. It's backed by brass and lead. That's what it's backed by. You're going to respect our dollar because we told you to, or else, basically. And it's what we have right now. So
I like that, but I also hate that the government's pointing the gun at us, stealing all of our money too.
Yes,
so that way we can import foreigners and give it all to them. Yeah, I know. They seem to actually be doing some stuff with Minnesota. It looks like there will be some consequences for Tim Walz's. Probably not, but we'll get to that. One last little bit. Lauren Chin was getting reposted by Elon. So we're getting some serious eyeballs on this. And she basically is just like, yeah, critical theory can go fuck itself beautifully. And she's a super hot Asian woman, so she's allowed to say it. Lovely.
And rumored to possibly be Elon Musk's next baby mama since he was retweeting her. I guess we'll see how that goes.
Can we just agree X is his personal dating app at this point? That's all it's for.
Absolutely.
It's why he bought Twitter. Yeah.
I believe she's happily married.
Yeah, I think
yes,
you're right.
you are correct about Elon. He likes him a little hoarier, though, it seems.
That's true.
Tiffany Fong, what? What'd you say?
Huh? I got $20,000 monthly payout. These payouts are so great.
It's just such good posting. Yeah.
How did this happen? All right, we are Lauren Chen. So yeah, excellent. Moving that Overton window, the fact that we're like, critical theories saying all white people and colonizing bad. Now we're at the point where, so Lauren Chen is like, I'm not saying colonization's a good thing, but things were way better when we colonized everyone.
Yeah.
Like, we were very close to getting over that hump. Oh, you love to see it. Now, moving on. President Trump says the Monroe Doctrine has returned. I assume you guys been hearing about a bunch of Monroe doctrines, right?
The Don Roe Doctrine. Yeah.
Yes. So the Western Hemisphere. So here's the thing. The mild bit of research I did into it is interventionism here in our hemisphere, non-interventionism over in Europe. So, okay, I can live with some Monroe Doctrine here, dealing with Central and South America and stuff. Sure, but then we need to stop funding Ukraine, or you're not doing the Monroe Doctrine.
Yep.
ABF, you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I agree. The first thing I thought in my head when the Venezuela stuff broke out was, oh man, people are gonna be upset that they're not doing anything in Minnesota, but they are with Venezuela. And the thought crossed my mind, but honestly, it's a good thing because it's stabilizing North America, where we live. So.
Yeah. Yes, and chasing the commies out of it, yes. But then also, we got a lot of neocons quite happy about this and other concerns, which is what we're getting to. And J.D. Vance addressing some of those concerns, because I kept trying to tell people, they keep saying it's about drugs, but that's a little propaganda-y. And like, I get you got to do like the war propaganda, but I don't really like being propagandized too. So you see a lot of claims that Venezuela has nothing to do with drugs because most of the fentanyl comes from elsewhere. I want to address it. First, fentanyl isn't the only drug in the world. Okay, so you're already moving off from your initial claims of fentanyl. And there's still fentanyl coming from Venezuela, or at least there was. Second, cocaine, which is the main drug coming out of Venezuela, is also like where they make money. So, we've moved away from fentanyl. So yeah, we were getting propagandized about that.
To be fair, a
makes
little
bunch of
bit though,
excuses.
some of those drugs that he named do get laced with fentanyl as well, so it's in the mix.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we are being propagandized. This is what we're going to be talking about, is what are the actual reasons why this is happening? And I'll just go ahead and put it up front. The answer almost always isn't this or that, or hey, maybe even that. No, it's usually all of them combined.
Well, it's like a lot of that, the drug stuff that Maduro was doing specifically was helping to fund the cartels. And
correct.
If you're on the border or anywhere near it, you know how dangerous some of those areas can be at night. So
we've talked on this show, this panel, about, well, we're not big fans of war, but if we're going after the cartels and the commies, I can live with it.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. And now it's currently happening. Now, is it going to stay there? No, absolutely not. But first, we have Stranger Things gay memes. Will's gay speech in Stranger Things lasted longer than the operation to remove Maduro from power. 6 minutes 51, 6 minutes 34 seconds.
That's just awesome.
So true.
Awesome. When do we get the commies out of Hollywood?
Yes, that's what we're getting to. Who are we sending helicopters? Well, no, you're good. Who are we sending helicopters after next? Love to hear your thoughts, chat. Obviously, love to hear your thoughts on helicopter rights for communists. Now,
well, I like how it's already scaring people, like in Cuba and Colombia. Not even that we're going to do anything, just that they're looking over their shoulder. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
As we'll be getting to, we probably are going to do things there.
We might.
Cuba being next. That's obviously the big connection to Venezuela.
What about Mexico too, with good old Steinbaum, with all her opponents?
Don't
worry. Disappeared during the election.
Yes. Don't worry. There's a Patrick Byrne tab and everything. Don't you worry. Matt Walsh, let's hear his thoughts, because he's getting baster and baster, but he comes from the neocon background who loves himself some war. So, and similar to me, I'm a decent like center, bellwether. Matt Walsh these days, excellent bellwether. Similar to how we use like Asmongold as one. I'm as reflexively non-interventionist as anyone can possibly be. But Venezuela appears to be a resounding victory and one of the most brilliant military operations in American history. Oh yeah, I think we all like that. The special forces good, killing a bunch of like 36
100%.
Cuban bodyguards
on a fucking military base.
On a military base, like with a ring of helicopters shooting out and then dropping down, and pretty badass. But also, it's kind of war propaganda as well, and I don't like being propagandized, but it is badass.
It is, but at the same time, people, they're against war, but I mean, after this like 90-minute operation, I think people are like, oh, okay, that was like a band-aid. That was pretty cool. Okay,
yeah. Was that even war? That wasn't war? That was a curb stomping. That wasn't war.
Exactly.
So I try to call balls and strikes on Trump, and I have to admit, he's the Teflon Don.
Mm-hmm.
Others doing this, it's not going to work out, but he usually manages to get away with this sort of stuff, as we saw with Iran. Obviously, other problems down the road, but the quick little strikes, he did what Nigeria and what Syria, I think, recently. I don't love killing some Soleimanis, but the Teflon Don usually does it the appropriate way if you're going to do it.
I'll just say, to me, this is the alternative to my strategy of just turn it all into glass. Get in there, surgically take care of the problem, and then we're done with it. Like, okay, all right.
And then fly away in slow motion as the nuke goes off in the background as the credits roll.
There we go. That's what
and then piss on Chavez's grave while you're leaving too. Do the same thing.
Also, as I said, that Hayden Soul Calibur, the final thing where it goes to the earth and lots of fire, so it looked like it was getting nuked as I said that. All right, back to some Matt Walsh. As an unapologetic American chauvinist, which I love American chauvinist, Gavin, what's his nuts? McGinnis. I believe him and like the Proud Boys. They use that, and I do like American chauvinist. I want America to rule over this hemisphere and exert its power for the good of our people. Like we said, like we talked about, if we're gonna do it, I prefer that. And all these wars are for democracy and protecting America. Yeah, and like hell they aren't. This is finally a war where some of it actually is protecting America.
Absolutely.
Little bit easier to get behind, even if you do have concerns about what's coming in the future. If some shitty little tin pot third world dictator is harming our country or interfering with our national interest, we should do exactly what Trump did to Maduro. Say, what if they were governors of states in our own country, though? The only international law is that big and powerful countries get to do what they want. So as I talked about people making fun of international law, Matt Walsh's Overton window is at the international laws, more like. We're moving places. Why not? Oh wait, it gets close. Wait, I didn't even see this. Sorry. Why not? International law is fake and gay. International law is fake and gay from Matt Walsh. You love to see it. Also, yeah, I accidentally dropped that international laws. We need to make that a thing. Yes. The only international law is that big and powerful countries get to do what they want. Might makes right. Matt Walsh dropping might make right. It has been that way since the dawn of civilization, correct? It will always be that way. And we are the most powerful country on the planet. It's about time that we start acting like it.
Yeah. Correct. Whether that means we actually go into places or we just strong arm them and go, no, you're going to fucking listen to us. We don't care what your international law says. Honestly, we could probably take on most of the rest of the world if it really came down to it. Flex the muscles a little bit.
We're definitely taking Canada before it's all done. Greenland
we have the biggest dick. If you just watch any video on YouTube on like the US military compared to any other military in the world, it's stupid. You'd be like, I can't believe this.
Bro, yes. there are those really fun videos too that are like, well, what if Mexico and Canada allied with an opposing force? Annihilated immediately. Doesn't
then we
matter.
get to shoot in both directions. It's even better.
just the aircraft carriers that are nuclear powered alone is mind blowing.
Yes.
And you got the bigger militaries, but then like Russia has to whip them out, and they can't do shit in Ukraine when they should have been able to just win that quickly.
They're a paper tiger. China's a paper tiger.
Yep.
Correct.
Lots
yes.
of the communist countries are paper tigers. Who would have guessed?
The hope is when we fall into civil war, it destroys their economy so much they can't invade us. Fingers crossed. So, okay, now is it about oil or this and that? This is for turning shit. This is empires. This is like the grand like chess game. This is some geopolitics. So, post World War II, we for a while had a unipolar world with America being the dominant empire with some, dealing with some commies, but we were the ones in charge. But then through all the globalism, we became a multipolar world.
But
which
also a lot of that was us
failure.
lending ourselves as the United States as a backup to everyone else.
Decolonization, all the critical theory shit is what pushed all of that stuff.
Right.
And then now that's failed, and now we're leading into like a tripolar-ish world where it's us, Russia, and China, but we're so much stronger that Russia and China have to team up with their BRICS. And I wish I could say Europe was our ally, but at this point, Europe is not our ally.
No.
And they are going to destroy themselves. It really sucks. I say tripolar. They're not going to be major players in the future unless things go like radically well.
Europe decided to neuter themselves about 50 years ago, and it's just gotten progressively worse since then.
Yeah, Sophie's right. They're gay and retarded.
Yes.
And it's very concerning that the UK, England anyway, is going to be the first nuclear-armed Islamic nation. Possibly, if they keep racially replacing London and all the other governmental people keep electing all those types, it's not a good track to be going down. So,
all right. So, I think ultimately this is the bigger chessboard, as it's all the things. It's the oil, it's the cartels and drugs, which are also the ones apparently allegedly borrowing elections. YouTube. It's Marco Rubio being Cuban and really wanting to go after all the Cuban commies and all that stuff too, because they're highly connected. It's running China out of South and Central America. We saw it in Panama. I think it's everything, and I think it's all of the above. And if you want to go into the argument of whether or not it's for oil, which even Brandon Morse, the editor of Red State, who I like a lot of him, says, yes, it's about oil. It's a damn good reason to do this. And he's like, oh, he's illegitimate, but like, our oil got stolen, so we should like totally steal it back. No more oil to our enemies, cheaper oil for us. It's a no-brainer decision. That feels full neocon Bush-ite shit.
And being somebody who works in the oil field, I can tell you things are picking back up again. So they were really heavy under the last Trump administration. Like we were getting drilling permits like crazy. We were drilling all over the place. There were rigs everywhere. We were able to put saltwater disposals, all sorts of different things that you have to put up and drill for. They were all going up under Trump. Then Biden cut that. And everything has been slowly cutting back because they cut it over a like several year term. But now we're already starting to see a lot of that stuff coming back. And just in the area that I work in specifically, I'm seeing more and more rigs going up. We have our own oil here. It's not about the fucking oil. That's just a convenient excuse for the politicians to use whenever somebody else is causing a problem in the United States.
Yep. Well, our favorite, Thomas Massey, he rolled the dice and he landed on retard take. Wake up, MAGA. Venezuela is not about drugs. It's about oil and regime change. This is not
snake eyes.
What we voted for. God damn it, Thomas.
So you were talking about all the different reasons of why we went into Venezuela. I guarantee you, if the election fraud stuff wasn't one of the things, we wouldn't have done anything. I think that was the single biggest decider for Trump's brain.
Oh, yes. And yeah, we have... Yeah, but there's some concerns about that too. We'll get it with our Patrick Byrne tab. Yeah, it definitely, I think for Trump is definitely a reason because Supposedly they do have a bunch of stuff like prepared. They're going to make a big push for the Democrats' role, borrowed elections, and he did his executive order where we're supposed to be fixing all this stuff, and nothing's gotten done because our Congress is useless, and the Democrat states who do all the borrowing are just like, yeah, we're executive order, we're just not going to do it. So it does. We were told January is probably when they're going to start rolling that out, and on January, what, like 3rd or 4th?
I think it was 3rd.
Capturing Maduro. It's like, okay, maybe Patrick Byrne, admitted CIA, might possibly know a thing or two, but it's also oil. It's also Cuba and China and this whole fourth term.
Yeah, it's a lot of things, and it also does have to do with what Maduro was charged with in New York, right? Like it's got to do with like undermining American interests and possibly sponsoring terrorism, because if he's sponsoring the cartels, he is sponsoring terrorism because the cartels have been declared terrorist organizations. So, I mean, there's grounds there to just say, okay, yeah, we're going after you for that.
And we'll discuss how it's going into civil court for some reason.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Framed, I know, in gold for a $5. I don't care if we go to war. I had to do a space in there. Just do it right. Go win. Go in, win, and take their crap. I had to edit a few times so YouTube would send it. Yeah.
Yeah, basically everything that Congress came in and said that we are not allowed to do as of Vietnam, we should throw all of those rules out and just go in to win the fucking war.
Yeah, George Bush Sr. did it. Remember how we had the what did they call it? The Highway of Hell, where they just had Cobra attack helicopters just annihilate the entire Iraqi army. Like they were like putting their hands up, surrendering, and they're like, "Nope, here's a hellfire to the face."
Yeah, that's just based. That's just based. Yeah, but that's the way it should be. Now we can do it, so you should do it. And I'd like to make one point about the oil too. I forget what it was on X, but
we're taking 30 to 50 million barrels of it.
But isn't it great that we're taking it and not China or Russia too? Because Venezuela, obviously being a bit of a paper tiger with how easy Maduro was to get, I'm very happy that we took it. And that we're going to benefit from it and not another country.
And to that point, Venezuelans' thoughts is the Russians and Chinese, they didn't give anything for it, but we're the good colonizers and they actually get stuff if we're the ones who control oil.
To that point, the only reason that Venezuela was even able to access the oil that they have is because the United States went in there and helped them to develop the technology to access it.
And then the commies took it and then a court ended up having to make them sell it. And do you know who bought it? Never Trumper Jewish billionaire. Who's gonna make a lot of who's gonna make a lot of money off of this, but we have more on that later.
Can I add another thing to all this?
Please.
A lot of the people complaining about the Maduro capture are Canadian, right? Which who cares what they think? A couple of them understand economics and what this means for their country. And if oil drops below a certain point, their economics in Alberta actually fail because they have a bunch of oil there, but it's locked in sand. And if it falls below a certain price, it's not worth pulling it out of that sand, thus completely destroying that industry in the country. So
that industry has died here in the United States like 3 times, but it keeps coming back because people keep fucking shit up. So keep your head up out there, Alberta. It'll come back around.
Our previous and Trump actually does want to like drill and get our energy going. It seems to his credit, we call.
Let's get the easy stuff. It makes sense.
Whereas in the Bush days, that's when they were talking about what like peak oil or whatever, where we were going to run out. All the dinosaur bones were going to run out.
So
remember that? So that was
turns out there's like 40 oceans of oil underneath us.
Yeah, there's like 1,000 years worth of it if we use the same amount, like 1,000 years more.
No, we could use. I think we could use 1,000 times more than we're using, and still not run out of what we have in the continental United States. Then when you add Alaska into that,
wait, did you guys see the crazy Boston Dynamics robot that can do all the things and has the crazy 3 fingers and whatnot?
It's a tab for tomorrow.
Send those to Alaska to mine for minerals and resources.
With a spoon. With a spoon, make them do it just for the hell of it.
All the politicians that are up in Alaska have all those lands protected. They won't let anybody mine on them.
Yeah, it's super gay. But I'm talking post counter-revolution.
Yeah.
So have you guys seen the judge who's presiding over the Maduro civil trial?
I have not.
The Clinton appointed one?
The Clinton appointed 92 28-year-old.
That's really old. Wow.
He was born before World War II. Like motherfucker's like this. Motherfucker ain't even a boomer. He's so old. I did not know that was a thing. We have 92-year-old judges, and then they get to reside over Maduro's civil trial. I don't think this is gonna go very well.
No.
But DeSantis did say we're gonna have some state charges. So presumably, when the federal case falls through, hopefully DeSantis will get some state charges to land.
Do you guys think that they would actually let Maduro off just to prevent Trump from having a win?
I think they would try, but I think that there's probably already some contingencies in place, like DeSantis was saying in Florida, something to just get him locked up. Because as long as they can hold him long enough that the government can restructure itself in Venezuela, it doesn't matter what the fuck happens with Maduro after that. Because if you get some of his opposition in power down there, however, that's the other thing, is that he does have a lot of allies still.
What we'll be discussing, and those are who we're putting in power. Yeah.
Well,
actually, we're getting close. Let's start because we're about to put the vice president in charge, who apparently is one of the main like cartel people. Chris Murphy. So they've been showing the old ones, the Democrats supporting Venezuelan regime change.
These are great.
Yeah.
If Trump cared about consistency like I do, he would make the realest case for intervention in Venezuela. Getting rid of Maduro is good for the U.S. rather than trying to pretend his administration all of a sudden cares about toppling anti-democratic regimes. Biden had a bounty out on Maduro. So the theory is Maduro, because he had tried to make the deals, but then like the deals just like it didn't happen. But the thought was he wasn't allowed to leave. If he tried to leave, they're going to kill him.
Right.
Cartels, you try to leave, they're going to kill you. Communists, they want you as a martyr. If you're getting deposed, they want you to die, so that way they can use you as a martyr to put on
for the revolution, the catalyst for it. Yes.
They've got like word names for all that stuff. So the question is, he looked a little relieved in a lot of the pictures. He looked like he was in a better mood, and that's did he want to make a deal, but he couldn't escape, and it was a somewhat consensual snatch and grab. It was he has Cuban bodyguards. They're like 36 people or whatever who died. Which meant the third world commie retards don't know how to do warfare at fucking all.
Nope.
All 36 Cubans. So it's like, now we're going to be moving to Cuba next, and it's because they're all interconnected, and it's commies, and they have actual substantial power in America.
You know what those bodyguards should have had? Those Indian lasers.
Yes,
that's probably what they had. Yes. No, they got flashbanged, and they were done.
They emit the lasers right out of their forehead. It's really accurate.
Oh my God! Yes, that's beautiful. As a Venezuelan, this shit's lit. Fascist. So
oh my God. That guy doesn't deserve that name too, by the way, with the Palestinian flag, that piece of trash. Doesn't deserve that name.
We found the only Isaac gayer than you.
Yeah, it was a tough battle, but we did it.
It was, but we did it.
Yes.
So the No Kings protesters are now rallying in support of Venezuelan dictators, and I did have task force how to get rid of it. It's all of that. The reason it happened so quickly is it was a bunch of actual full-blown communist groups in a big communist network. And if we can go get Maduro, could we please maybe round up all of these explicitly communist groups operating in this country?
The Communist Control Act of 1952 is still in effect.
Seems pretty obvious the Venezuelans and Cubans have a lot of support here, and maybe we arrest them all and put them against the wall like communists deserve. Speaking of, Hassan, great day to be an America First bootlicker who voted for the most Israel First admin that cut social programs for all the trannies. Won't fix infrastructure. We need shovel-ready jobs, please. We need to waste $1 trillion, please. cuts taxes for the super wealthy and corporations and middle class and everyone with children, and spends all its money instead on bombing Venezuela. It was badass, fuck you. And stealing its oil for super profits of the pedophilic elite. Hassan, the one who wears dresses, is... They're going on this... The brain chip is still telling them, Epstein hurts Trump, so pedophile's bad. But
Well,
also, like, maybe we're too harsh on them. Hayden,
I wonder if anybody in the comments brought up the allegations that Hassan slept with an underage prostitute whenever he visited Germany several years ago.
I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, no, it's...
I had seen things. Now I didn't realize that's what was happening.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
I
yeah.
understand what I had read.
So
That's new information to
I
me,
believe
actually.
I believe
That's
it was
new
like...
information.
I want to say it was like 6 or 7 years ago, maybe around 8. Hassan went on a trip to Germany and he visited a brothel, and there are rumors that he,
Yes.
you know,
It sounds very Weimar-esque. And I hear the wood chipper. It's
wood
hungry.
chipper calls.
It's hungry. It's hungry, yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Oh, wait. First, though. Barmy, get all up in here with a 5. Appreciate you. Feminist Indians only putting lasers in the girls? Wait, what? Explain it to me. I want to be able to do better race. I get that part, but only girls?
because only girls have the...
Oh, the men don't do it?
No.
Oh, I didn't realize that, actually.
Yeah, actually,
Dang it.
the men
It's
don't
crazy.
do it. I don't think it's just the
I'm
women.
gonna keep believing
Isaac-
that they have a dot
Isaac,
also.
I have to... Well, listen, there's 2 options. Maybe they have an all-female military. They're more woke than we think. And they all look alike anyway, so I can't tell the difference. It's very hard to tell.
So I feel like Isaac would agree. Yeah, it's the unibrow is what does it. Isaac would agree that to truly do racisms, you have to learn more about the culture. You have to actually
dude.
understand who you're doing.
You need to study your geography, your paleontology, everything. You have to have pinpoint racism. If you're going to do it right. So
You got to know the difference between an Indian and a Pakistani.
yeah, the Pakistani has the beach towel headdress.
Yep.
And is a little closer with goats, and the Indian worships cows more, has more street festivals, stuff like that.
Whenever I hear Pakistani, I think of Erwin doing his Pakistani water torture thing.
Oh yeah, Pakistani Muslim. Oh. Yeah, and that's what it's because that's the whole. It's like MK Ultra, like psychological torture, and it's the basis of hypnosis. It's also why rap music repeats itself constantly. It's the Chinese torture, and I did it, and I literally like hypnotized it into all your brains and your subconscious.
I think we can all agree at the end of the day, India, Pakistan, it's a demon culture, pretty much the stuff they do.
Cousins.
Street shitting retards and street shitting retard Muslims.
Yes.
Butter, framed, and gold. Remember for 1 month? The Colombian president called Trump a coward and said, come get me. I know this. Maduro also did similar things. Maybe he wants to be rescued also from the cartels and communists. Well, and that's the other question is then who sold him out? Some people think it's the VP. Trump threatens Venezuela's new leader with a fate worse than Maduro. The president told The Atlantic, why are you talking to The Atlantic? Susie Wild, what? That Delcy Rodriguez needs to comply with U.S. wishes or else. Delcy Rodriguez, that's interesting because I was told that the opposition leader because we're going in because we care about democracy and like he didn't win the election. So obviously we're going to put the opposition leader in, right? The Nobel Prize winning opposition leader in, right? No, we're putting the vice president in who's part of the communist cartel. And
well, to be honest, we don't need to be
reasoning-
putting anybody in. We need to let Venezuela sort out their own shit.
Well,
This was the perfect catalyst.
Is that Marco Rubio is actually in charge until they hold another election, which is what they say they're going to do, and for the most part, I believe they're going to do. But why would you put her
Of all people. Yeah.
Maybe, and this is just, me looking at the most optimistic part of it, right? It's probably unrealistic, but maybe they want help, dismantling everything, and who better to do that than, I don't know.
Well, that's because she runs the oil. So no, Because that's one of the problem with top regimes is a lot of retards are there. So if you get rid of the people running stuff, no one else knows how to do anything, and teaching them is very difficult because they're retards and communists. So you keep them in, and she's good at running the oil stuff. So yeah,
Leaving the state in charge of the oil is not a great idea, guys.
30 to 50 million barrels we're getting, by the way. 2 days of consumption in America.
Yep.
Fuck.
Just kind of makes me think of the arming Stalin in World War II, kind of like, we're entertaining and, dancing with a retard for a while.
It's also
So
oil
hopefully,
that was
I don't know.
that was bound for China and is now, possibly coming to the U.S. and things like that. Also, we have a strategic oil reserve that needs to get topped off again because Biden drained it, and there's a whole lot of things.
The idea is to make a deal with them. Fingers crossed.
But
Maybe
Venezuela
don't do
as a
it.
country is still going to have the same problems if their government is still handling all of the oil.
Yeah, correct. So Patrick Byrne, is admitted CIA. General Flynn is said, yes, he is CIA. Billionaire genius tech guy. That's exactly who the CIA recruits. He's the one who's been talking about this and the stolen, the Smartmatic and all that stuff since way back. He's the one who knows all these people's names. And there's the two people, the brother and sister he always talks about, Jorge Rodriguez and Delcy Rodriguez. This is the VP who's now going to be leading. They are apparently the stepchildren of Jorge the Butcher or some nonsense shit, who is some super commie, anti-American, who's one of the top cartel commies. So they're bred into all this commie cartel stuff. And so, as he points out, Jorge, the mastermind of Smartmatic election borrowing and cartel, he's the middleman between the two. And then the other guy, the godfather, the capo of the narco generals. And then, these were the real bosses behind Maduro. So they grabbed the figurehead and they were putting in charge the ones who were actually in charge. Delcy Rodriguez, now acting president, dodging indictments while pulling strings. Byrne warns the regime is the mafia. Generals run the cartel. Iran, China, and Cuba still control it all.
Correct.
And they're leaving them in charge. Thoughts?
Well, they were able to indict Maduro, and that claims that Delcy is able to dodge the indictments, which is possible considering cartel connections. They tend to do a little bit better keeping in on of the people that are their own. So there's a chance of that, but again, I'm really hoping that they're smart enough to realize that all of those people behind the entire regime there is the issue, and that the Venezuelans need to sort it out. We can't go in and fund an insurgency like we've done 1,000 fucking times where we end up fighting the insurgents immediately after.
Hayden, here's the thing. The opposition leader who should have won the election, you notice anything in the background here?
Yep. Oh, I know it.
Yeah, she's a Globo Homo too. Nobel Peace Prize winner usually also means Globo Homo as well.
Yeah.
Similar to a Carnegie endowment. It's basically giving money to a Globo Homo to go Globo Homo about. So,
I'm not saying what they had put up was a good option, but if the people can have their own revolution and get their own people elected, then we're getting.
She started off saying anti, and then she probably was told maybe don't do that, and then she came out a little more positively. Now, Isaac, this one's for you.
Sure.
Paul Singer. Have you heard of this gentleman, Paul Singer?
The name does not ring a bell. No.
Never Trumper for 10 years and even pushed the Russia hoax. Stands to make a fortune. Let's look at this gentleman. So, how neocon... Oh, actually, I assumed he's Jewish. Actually, he might not be Jewish, but neocon billionaire...
I'll early life it sometime.
Paul Singer is driving the outsourcing of U.S. tech jobs to Israel. This was 2019. This has nothing to do with anything. This is just to show who Paul Singer is. So... Citgo, the huge American oil refinery chain, technically belongs to Venezuela's state-owned company. But years back, Venezuela owed billions to U.S. creditors after defaulting. So the folks sued, won, and just said, hey, sell Citgo's parent company to pay them off. Fast forward, Elliott Management, run by billionaire Paul Singer, steps in with their new arm, Amber Energy, and wins the bid for about $6 billion.
Wow.
Now, Singer doesn't just own shares; he basically controls the whole damn thing. Why a neocon, never Trump billionaire gains?
Why does
I don't like that?
this is
Why every
this is
time?
the thing, Erwin? Why does he? Why does he, meaning Trump? Trump always seems to play softer with people who hate him than people who kind of ally with him, but disagree
getting
sometimes.
to the Lindsey Graham "Make Iran Great Again." Don't you worry.
But it's like, do you not remember Lindsey Graham was a hardcore never Trumper? When I was out there wearing my MAGA hat, Lindsey Graham was like, "Do not vote for Trump. Do not vote for Trump." You know.
Isaac, who did Trump just push out? MTG and is attempting
Yeah,
Tom Massey.
she was the queen of MAGA.
The most anti-war people as we're about to go
that's true.
to war. Was that
and that's the problem?
Ugh,
That's the problem. I'm not anti-Monroe
dirty.
Doctrine, hemispheric defense. I'm good with that stuff, but the endless wars for Israel in the sandbox, not a big fan of that stuff. And for profit, it's a racket. You know, we all know this.
And
that's a concern. The Lindsey Graham shoulder rubbing is scary. Yeah.
Similar to Iran, the concern, will it go somewhere else? And then Palestine, they decided, hey, we're just going to turn you into a 15-minute city. Jared Kushner's and the Saudis are going to make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Are we going to do that with Venezuela too? Oh my God. Now, where else we going? Does it end there? Trump. Cuba is ready to fall. Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, I have some. Oh my God!
Oh my God! He looks so gay.
His
right
face,
there saying
the
that.
face he makes, one of the gayest Republicans in Congress for sure.
Kid in a candy store.
Owned by APAC and North Norman or whatever.
He is, when you talk about a swamp creature, it's Lindsey Graham. He is the definition of a swamp creature. And I guarantee it's a matter of time till James O'Keefe gets him on like a date on Grindr or something and gets him to expose everything. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, him and Frank Luntz are definitely fucking. Yeah. So that's the other thing. You push the anti-war people out, which that's what not me, but that's what we voted for is. And then you do that. Why? Stop it. Stop it. And then Trump says something's going to have to be done with Mexico. The cartels are running Mexico. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm
kind of okay
with
all
that,
these
cartels and all this. I know, but then we add Colombia. Are you okay with forefront war against the cartels?
Not a war, a curb stomping. If we can knock them out in about a week, I'm okay with that. Endless war is not acceptable because that's for profit. It's a racket. Yeah.
The Mexican, their military and police will try to capture one of the cartel bosses, and then the cartel comes out with like 2 armored vehicles with like a couple guns, and then the military says, "Oh fuck, no, take it back. We don't want."
No, the cartels have ground-to-air defense missiles and stuff. They have everything. Yeah,
but that's what I was saying at the beginning. Was like we need to take everything that we started doing in like Vietnam, and go, "Oh no, you know what? Rules of engagement are engage the fucking enemy and win." Because if we just do that, we win.
Yeah, I definitely prefer
Trump's. Killed me.
That's good. I definitely prefer Trump's neoconism over a Lindsey Graham Bush neoconism. I will say.
Don't you think at the very least, if Trump does it, which I hope he doesn't do it, wars and stuff. I think he's going to go in to win. He has the winner's mindset. If we're going to do it right type of guy. I think, if Trump was president right after 9/11, I think we probably wouldn't have been in the Middle East for 20 years. I don't think
the problem is Congress controls a lot of that.
That's true. Yeah.
When it comes to war, though, not anymore. What if I said we were doing a 5-front war and we were going to take Denmark as well? No, not Denmark. Greenland.
I will sign up
from Denmark.
I'll sign up to invade Greenland. Yeah, I go. Yeah.
The Greenland stuff, Why would you not ask? Why would you not try? It's free to offer. It's free to ask. Like, I don't understand why, what this mentality is. Like, oh, it's never gonna happen, blah blah. Well, it sounds like it sounds like we're actually bypassing Denmark now and talking directly to Greenland.
Oh yes, yeah, okay, yeah. I'll get to that in a moment. Butter framed in gold, dropping to 2. Appreciate you. Hope we can primary Graham here in a month. That's the problem. These senators get in forever, and they basically control the state Republican party, and it's
Yeah, they
It's
become the
tough
top
to-
dog and they pull the
It's
strings.
the McCain, the Romney effect. Is why don't we get rid of them? Because they end up controlling the politics the same as like a Harry Reid from the Democrats control like Nevada and stuff like that.
Yes.
They
Well, that's just the mob at that point in Nevada
Mm.
controlling
Mm.
everything. Yeah.
I appreciate you, Butter. Now, one of the good ones, Stephen Miller. Jake Tapper, one of the gay ones. Can you rule out military action against Greenland? Stephen Miller. We wouldn't need military action. Greenland has a population of 30,000 people, Jake, you fucking retard. The real question is, by what right does Denmark assert control over Greenland?
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's way closer to us than it is to Denmark.
And the problem
I'm
is,
not even.
people don't think about how close it is to Russia and China because we don't think about from the top of the globe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They increased their defense funding for Greenland. I'm not even kidding. It consisted of one more dog sled to patrol. I'm not even kidding. That was their
Isaac-
budget increase for Greenland, like defense.
They
Yeah.
probably because they had to retire one.
Probably,
Did-
yes.
Denmark says a U.S. attack on Greenland would be the end of NATO.
All right, I am
Don't get
suddenly
excited.
for attacking Greenland.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and just get it all over with at once.
Fingers crossed. Now, as Wall Street Maverick points out, Europeans are being borderline retarded about Greenland. Trump's not going to invade with the military force. Basically, he's just going to go to the Inuit people, ask them if they want to do a better deal than with Denmark, and they'll probably say yes, and then we'll say,
Of course.
deal with it, Denmark.
Yeah,
But if
taking
we can get them detached from NATO and make NATO collapse completely by throwing one grenade and just having like a demonstration and being like, hey guys, check out this grenade. Throw the grenade. It's an explosion. Boom. It's a military incursion. NATO falls apart. We get Greenland.
Territory,
Just saying.
it would be a territory, yeah. No, but it
just like
wouldn't-
Canada.
we wouldn't go and take it from, even though we totally could. It would create too
Trade.
much discontent, too much
Trade
bad
deal.
Yeah.
press. Yeah, just all you have to do
diplomatic
is say,
deal or
what
whatever.
do you want? And they'll be
Treaty.
like, oh, yeah, let's. I want this. Here's a piece of paper. You go back and forth. Trump fools them a couple times on getting them to lower even more, and then boom, you got a deal. We got Greenland.
The Louisiana
United-
purchase. It would be the Greenland purchase. Yeah.
The United States of Americas. Suck it. Now, 7-front war. Iranians are taking over entire cities. All the Iranians are totally revolting and rebelling. All those youths are totally mad about the economy. Right around the same time, America and Israel wants to overthrow them. There's just coincidentally another Arab Spring. It's so weird, guys.
And when I was in Egypt, they had SWAT on every corner because they didn't want the Arab Spring to happen again. In fact, they even put statues around the statues so that people couldn't gather around certain landmarks anymore and stuff like that. Like they are very conscious. They subsidize sugar, gasoline, cigarettes, and just enough to keep people happy from revolting. Like these countries are just they're ready to revolt.
And that was the Muslim Brotherhood who did a lot of that, which also had a lot of undue influence of why we have so many Muslims in our country under Obama. That's in the Alex Jones folk song, the woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? He's talking about Huma Abedin's mom, who's Muslim Brotherhood, and that was the inroad of Hillary
We
Clinton's State
love our
Department under Obama.
Somalis. Yeah.
That was prophetic as fuck.
It was. Yeah.
No kidding.
Isaac, you'll never believe this. Mark Levin, regime change in Iran, as he goes.
Oh, dude, I bet he screamed that at the top of his lungs too, like smashing on the table while he was doing it. His face was red, and then he said the woke right was to blame or something.
Yeah.
I think
So-
Nikki Haley is probably the most upset. She wishes that she had some sort of power and she was dropping bombs on Iran right now. That's her
Yeah,
favorite
her son,
thing.
her son was on Tucker's show like a month ago, and
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's a good sign of younger generations are kind of coming out of the neocon crap a little bit. Like he needs to grow up, obviously. But my point is like he's not just like, yeah, let's go to war. I think
he's not following his mom's footsteps. Like
exactly. And he made the point that you can love your mom, you can love your parents, and still disagree. As you can still love your family. That doesn't affect.
Yeah, my parents have some really bad takes, but they just have boomer mentality on certain things.
Boomers.
That's
boom.
life. Yeah.
I mean, They're in their bubbles the same way we're in our bubbles. And if we thought millennials being handed the American dream, we would have acted any differently. Not a chance in hell. We would have all boomered just like the booms.
Yep.
So Iran, yay. But no, maybe I'm just being a little... No, I'm a black pillar. Dan Bongino's going to come get me. ABF, did you see this one?
What I want to know is...
Make Iran great again, signed by Donald Trump. Thoughts?
Oh my gosh.
When did Lindsay start eating ice cream more?
I know. I wish I had the Ricky Gervais fat shaming up. I would use it right now.
But no, this is terrible optics. Trump should have never did that.
We try to call balls and strikes here, and that fuck. What are you doing? You literally just beamed the batter with that one.
Dude, I remember when Trump put out Lindsay's personal cell phone number at a rally once. I remember that. Like, I want that Trump back. Let's do that. Let's troll Lindsey Graham for being a weird queer, warmonger, all that. Let's bring that back. I'm good with that.
Lindsey Grahamnesty was what he was called for the longest time.
Yes,
God.
I forgot. Yes.
Lindsey Kilogram? That's awesome. I like that.
So this gentleman, Glenn Greenwald, who is a gay, vegan, former lefty, sort of in the middle-ish now, but has decent, like, he's a good bellwether because he has pretty decent, honest takes on, like, geopolitics.
Yeah, he's a net positive.
Yeah. Had Kamala won, her foreign policy would have been shaped by Liz Cheney, Bill Kristol, and AIPAC. With Trump, it's shaped by Marco Rubio, Lindsey Graham, Miriam Adelson, and AIPAC. You can vote all you want. DC bipartisan foreign policy will prevail. And that's how it feels. It's like, even though there's many things I do support about this, the fact that the neocons are like drooling over it worries me. Makes me
It's
feel
like,
like
because
maybe
some of
it's
it can
not
look
for
really
us.
good, but we know how they have acted in the past with things that they propagandize you, they make you think it looks really good, and really they have a completely ulterior motive that they're not going to mention.
Well, I know some super base people like that you would think they're based as hell, always have been. But, I've talked to guys, they're like, yeah, I supported the Patriot Act back after 9/11. They're like, you had to do it for safety and stuff. And looking back, they're like, what the hell did I support?
Right.
You have
Tucker
to look through
Carlson.
that stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Tuckers of the world. Yeah.
Here's what always bugs me, similar to the Iran, is so if we can do this stuff, are you going off camera for this? ABF Vance. Okay, ABF was excited because the most powerful thing that we haven't used, the Insurrection Act. That's what I want. Can we save this country for communists? One giftee at a time. Please, God. Do you guys support Trump arresting Democrat governors?
Oh, yeah.
Tim Walz, so Gavin Newsom.
100%.
Get after it. You got 60 years worth of fighting commies to get after.
Yeah,
I'm putting 3 to do it.
I'm putting ABF in charge, and here's a clip of him taking care of the Democrat governors.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang! Bang!
And then he followed it up with one of these.
Memo. 4 pounds of C4 may be a little excessive.
Oh, nice. You got a bunch of people who are here. Sal, you got Barmy, you got Jeff, Old Sons and Shadows. You love to see it. Nagernal just got hit.
Oh, you gooch.
Gooch. And then he realized there were survivors. Dirty Grave.
My hands are shaking, but I'm still shooting. I'm still getting the headshots. It's like boom, headshot, boom, headshot, boom, headshot.
Yeah, I'm finishing my alcohol for that one. God bless it. ABF dropping the big boy. I think we got to do a little bit of wheel spinning for that. Please, chat. I need your help. I deleted cookies and all of my movies vanished.
Oh,
Please.
no.
Wait, you didn't want any more cookies because you're on a diet?
All right.
All right, I'll see myself.
I need to get rid of these sad jokes. Let's get them out.
That was good.
You did this, ABF. I have a fear of speed bumps, but I'm slowly getting over it. What's invisible and smells like carrot? A bunny fart. The nose was designed to be in the middle of our face. It's the center, after all. That sucks. It's center with an S. You have to read it. What did the zoo name the camel with no humps? Hump free. Why are fish such bad tennis players? They never get close to the net. My friend David just lost his ID. Now we just call him Dave.
Okay.
Okay, that was good. That was
It's like it's Dav. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I make the joke that do I pronounce it as Dave or do I pronounce it as Dav? I don't get it. But yeah, that one I feel better about throwing. I feel worse about throwing in the trash. That first one belongs in there.
Yeah, the first one belonged there for sure. The second one, yeah, if you could read it.
Appreciate you, ABF. We couldn't do this insanity without you. We got what? Backdraft, Hardboiled, Time Bandits, Wild Wild West, Lockout, Way of the Gun, The Raid, Fist. Backdraft. We get a little firefighting. I rode the Universal Backdraft ride.
I was gonna say,
and that is why that is on the wheel.
Nice.
I've never seen it. It's building on fire, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's firefighters.
Yeah, we're gonna do this quick. I swear, it's gonna land on Backdraft again, isn't it? Fuck. Hard Boiled. We'll go the one after it. Hard Boiled, which that's some John Woo, right? Hard Boiled, classic John Woo detective.
I don't think I've seen Hard Boiled before.
To be hard boiled.
It only takes a minute.
No, it takes like 12 minutes. Blood Diamond. Yeah, I think I saw Blood Diamond way back when, but yeah, Leo, as much as I hate him for being a dirty commie, Badger said I should watch Blood Diamond, so it's on there. And then maybe if you come up with anything, you let me know. And chat, you have any ideas for the wheel, please, Lord, let me know. And yes, John Woo. Oh, I watched Mission Impossible today. It makes me want to watch Mission Impossible 2, but it's a little different quality. Shout out John Woo. The motorcycle scene's all I remember from it. No, ABF.
It's so bad.
We'll take, yeah, you got first.
The second Mission Impossible is called Mission Impossible 3.
I love it. So ABF, you got first dibs. We're enacting the Insurrection Act. Who are we getting first?
Ooh. Oh man. Put me on the spot. There's so many people. Insurrection Act. Who do we get first? How about Nancy Pelosi?
Ooh, I like that, but wait, is she retiring or is she running again? I think her old ass is running again, isn't she?
She's retiring, but I still want to.
She's retiring? Yeah, we're gonna lose her. We're losing to Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer if AOC primaries. But more on that later. Now, Mark Mitchell, the man. I'll try not to dream about blue state governors getting the Maduro treatment tonight. You saw a lot of this. A lot of people saying, oh, this governor saved my state. And then Europe, all the British were like, hey, have you heard of Keir Starmer, this communist dictator running our country? So everyone's like, could you please black bag our leader? That's where the world is at currently. Could you please black bag our leader? Because they're actively trying to destroy us.
Yep.
I understand the Monroe Doctrine and stuff, but could we take care of the communist dictators in our own country first? Is my
okay.
Point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this: if I had a choice for Insurrection Act in the U.S., I'm going Gavin Newsom. But I also recognize that communism is a global problem that must be eradicated. So I'm not against Keir Starmer.
Yeah, but we do have to avoid like some Vietnaming and stuff.
Yes.
Which is the concern. But old Teflon Don, the Don Rowe Doctrine, it's working out decent so far. But when we're on our 8th front war, will it all still be working is the question. All the fingers crossed actually, and then cross those fingers.
I have an idea for who to arrest in the Insurrection Act. It would be Ketanji Brown Jackson. That would be my pick.
Ooh.
And then we could have Trump replace someone, hopefully good this time.
Arrested for DEI.
100%. She doesn't know what a woman is.
Yes. Rich Barrett suggests Delta Force raid should be Colorado to free Tina Peters and to free Jair Bolsonaro in Brazil, where he's being 1,000% persecuted by other communists. Which is the other thing. It's like, okay, well, even if we get the commie Chinese out of Venezuela, giant-ass Brazil is right there. Currently controlled by socialists, controlled by China.
Yeah. But that being said, I think Brazil's on notice right now. because of what just happened
Well,
in Venezuela.
All of Central and South America are currently on notice, correct? Which is what this is also about.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Isaac. Oh, it went back down. It dropped under. I was going to say, did you see it went up above 80 again today?
It was over 82 today, actually. And I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy, to say the least. It's feeling pretty good right now. I think $100 silver is more than likely in this
next year. We're hitting one. Oh, well, yeah. This year.
2026.
I think next year. This
what
year?
I mean. What?
Oh, we're hitting probably 150.
Probably.
I'm really hoping that within the next year or two, we announce that the United States currency is now backed by the silver standard.
I would support that. Yes.
Well, that would be part of the whole fighting BRICS, the whole gold and silver one. The reason silver is going up is because China added it to the precious mineral list, because one of the reasons going up is because supply is so low. And what Kirk Elliott talking about today on Alex Jones, takes over a decade to open a new mine. So
it's not just that. There just aren't really any silver mines anymore. So what they do is they just rely on the trickle of the byproduct of silver from copper and other types of mining. I guess it's just a byproduct. So that's how they accumulate it, which is very slow.
There's been a massive refinery approved that we're going to be building in North Carolina for precious metals. So we're going to be processing massive amounts of precious metals in the United States soon. Yes.
You need it for various technologies, including technology that goes into all of our.
So we're actually finally bringing some essential industries back to our country. Finally, yes.
That's something Trump was going after, is the whole going after China's monopoly on all the rare earth minerals, which like we call balls and strikes here. That's good. He's been doing some good stuff in there.
Yeah, I'm very passionate about bringing manufacturing back. That's a big deal. For high school educated guys, you can get an apprenticeship and learn the floor and learn a trade. Yeah.
Then how are you currently feeling about tariffs then? Because that's what those are supposedly supposed to be doing.
If they, I'm not anti-tariff. They're doing it to us, so I'm fine to do it back. But I'm fine with mutual tariffs. Yeah, they have to make sense, of course. But as long as it motivates them to bring get Ford out of Mexico and bring it back up to the United States, just if that's the way we can use them, do it. Yeah. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not a libertarian where I'm like, no tariffs, free market all the way.
Libertarians are the
tariffs are another big stick that we can wield, and we absolutely should wield it.
Otherwise, it's race to the bottom. Chinese slave labor, which is terrible for the world as we are currently living through. Have you seen this monstrosity? Do you know what this monstrosity is?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wait, God. Yeah, sorry. Thank ABF. I forgot. After seeing that, unlock this. Yeah. Oh, just someone try to break into JD Vance's house and presumably do bad things to him. Just normal. Oh, turns out trans violence yet again.
Not as much as I thought, but there was a little bit of comparison with the whole DePape hammer guy at Pelosi's house.
Slash also what Gorsuch Kavanaugh, I forget, but one of them whoever went after the Supreme Court, Kavanaugh went after the Supreme Court justice.
That one was actually armed as well as this person, right? Where then they have a firearm.
Correct.
I'm not sure if this one had. All they're saying is that broke windows, but then they're claiming there were holes in the windows. So from shooting or
well, they still could have had a firearm on them even though they didn't use it.
Right.
Yeah, Kavanaugh's did have a firearm though.
Yeah. That yes, but then also turn themselves in. And cooperated.
That was weird.
But then you get the Nick Fuentes where they show up with a gun and a fucking crossbow, and I assume they all have these exact same SSRI eyes.
Can I make one point about this individual? His name is William DeFore. And he legally changed his name to Julia. So we know that this is a person of that persuasion. His parents donated $11,000 to the Kamala Harris campaign for president. And they previously donated to Joe Biden's campaign. So $11,000 is a pretty hefty donation, to a political campaign. So you could say big Democratic donors, transgender son, attacked the home of the current sitting vice president. That's quite the story right there.
That's almost as crazy
as headline
as Tim Walz sending someone to murder people. Tim Walz. This is January 4th. My opponents have been celebrating this far-right YouTuber as a groundbreaking journalist. Here he reveals who he really is. A delusional conspiracy theorist. I take that personally as a fellow conspiracy theorist. So this is Jan 4th. Let's see what this delusional conspiracy theorist managed to do. I ended Tim Walz. Interesting. I assume everyone's seen it. Tim Walz just coincidentally, even though this is all conspiracy, is just like coincidentally not running for office again. And seems like he's probably going to step down early at this point.
Yes,
but it's all conspiracy, and it's because he cares about Minnesotans and Democrats, and this is just like for the good of everyone, because there's just so much disinformation going about online that like it's just better for Minnesotans if he steps down. And
it's got absolutely nothing to do with Nick Shirley tweeting. Nothing at all.
No, Tim got the call from the DNC. You're gonna step down, or else, basically, and we're gonna put in another Democrat that doesn't have the controversy you do, and you're gonna do it, Tim, or else. So,
oh my God.
So, Tim Walz announces he's dropping out. I won't miss words here. Donald Trump and his allies want to make our state a colder, meaner place. Fuck you. We've got Republicans here in the legislature playing hide and seek with the whistleblowers. What? We've got conspiracy theorists, right-wing YouTubers breaking into daycare centers and demanding
Yes,
that never happened.
Oh my gosh.
And demanding access to our children. Well, there was a break-in, and someone broke into one of them and stole all of their information about all of the kids who were totally there.
That was a self-break-in.
They knew exactly where that filing cabinet was and exactly which office, and they just happened to take that.
They didn't take any computers either, surprisingly.
Crazy.
They were untouched,
So it's not because of all the fraud. As I reflected on this moment with my family and my team over the holidays, I came to the conclusion, similar to Vivek Ramaswamy, that I can't give a political campaign my all. His heart's not in it anymore, and that's why he can't run for office, guys.
You would think that if you were trying to clean up fraud and crime in your state, that maybe right when there were some big breaks, you would be reinvigorated. But that doesn't seem to be the case.
He's like Padme Amidala. He died of heartbreak. That's what happened. He just couldn't go on. The will to live disappeared.
The dog ate my homework, then the Somali ate my dog.
They're eating the dogs.
Kamala Harris. I spoke with Governor Walz today, my former vice presidential running mate. And what was clear, as it has been throughout his career, is that his decisions are always guided by what's best for the people of Minnesota. A lot of people have pointed out, she dropped it, I think we're getting to Gavin Newsom's. These are seeming very Chat GPT. The Democrats, I think they're like, you know what, we're so fucked. All of our strategists and all our pollsters and stuff, they keep failing. What if we just put Chat GPT in charge of our social media?
Well,
Gavin Newsom.
The federal government stopped all funding for daycare and stuff to Minnesota after this Nick Shirley stuff came out. And now they have stopped it going to California as well and announced that they are investigating California.
Yes, I believe that is actually, yes. Thank you for the transition. California, under Governor Gavin Newsom, I call him Newsom, is more corrupt than Minnesota, if that's possible, 3 question marks. The fraud investigation, a capitalized fraud investigation of California has begun. Thank you for your attention to this matter. That's how you know I wrote it, and not Susie. President Donald J. Trump. Sometimes I can do the Trump impression. 80% of the time I can. I think I did it decent there. So, fraud investigation going to California. That's a beautiful thing. Is people went to Ohio. Obviously, California's a big one. New York's obviously one. Basically, all the Democrat cities are going to be places of major fraud. And Homeland Security says, good morning, Minneapolis.
Let's fucking go.
Why is that? Because 2,000 federal agents deploying to Minneapolis in immigration crackdown fraud probe. A lot of us assumed there would be absolutely nothing done about this, but it looks like a little something is being done.
They got the door cracked. They haven't breached yet, but the door is cracked. Yeah, thumbs up. Keep going.
And he was talking about DHS or one of them, how they had now we have 22,000 agents on the street versus 10,000.
Yep.
10,000. People think like, I mean, I would love to just arrest all the commie governors, but we don't have enough federal officers and stuff to do that. Like they got gutted. So 2,000 federal agents, like it's like 20% of the force if it's DHS. Presumably it's like DEA and other ones and stuff too. But like that's a large percentage of the like current force. So I mean, we try to call balls and strikes here. We don't know what's going to come from it, but they are finally fucking listening to us complaining and thinking maybe we should do something. It's so perfect. It's the balls on the fucking tee. All they got to do is fucking swing for the fences on this one. And I hope they at least get a double off of this. Please.
Part of the problem is we don't know if they have enough people, and that seems to be why basically all government agencies seem to be almost doing things state by state, which is a little bit troubling because they're that call kind of seems to be still leaking out just a little bit that they're showing up in these various states. Whatever you look at, like the cases of ICE and others. So, do we have the manpower? No.
Well,
but are we making
Chicago?
Headway? Yes.
Chicago and in California, they literally will ram your car and start shooting at you if you're ICE.
Yep.
But they hired more agents. I think that was part of the big, beautiful bill, at least, right?
Yeah. It was the $10,000 bonus to sign up to work for ICE.
ABF, do you have something?
I mean, before when our government was much larger, only a couple of years ago, people were being paid by our tax dollars to stay home and watch YouTube.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I'm okay with the way things are.
Dare you? Listen, I support people being subsidized to watch YouTube for some reason.
I do agree. I like a smaller government, and that means less employees in the government because then they're funneling less money. Now, I like that.
My brother works for the government, and I have occasionally suggested he move to the private
sector.
Private sector, so he's not a parasite. I love him.
Yeah, it's true.
But I don't want my brother to be a parasite.
Yeah. No,
at least
that's
works
the thing. It's kind of
for military and stuff. So at least he does. He's one of the better feds, at least.
Yeah.
He once explained how he works at a place. There's like the Pentagon, and then allegedly my brother works at whatever the second biggest like DOD building is. And I don't know if it's still there, but apparently there's a whole room filled with mart carts, like motorized wheelchairs, because the amount of obese old people.
Oh my gosh.
To get around in mart carts, like fucking Wall-E.
That's insane. Do they have like tablets on the front where you can like
Wall-E? Yeah.
Yeah.
It would start with the government. That makes sense.
Allegedly.
I like the idea of we should reallocate IRS and ATF agents, retrain them, and force them to commit mass deportations on our streets in the cities. I support getting rid of the IRS and ATF, but why not we already have them hired, just reallocate them to deportation duties. And if they don't want to because of their liberal principles, you're fired. It's as simple as that. So,
no pension, no golden parachute.
100%.
You're fired.
100%.
You're done.
This would normally get chased with beer, I will say. I normally do like to chase my whiskey with beer, but ABF will shame me if I drink carbs.
No, it's okay. I would have that beer.
Oh, yeah, and you should totally have more Buckeyes.
Wait, I have Buckeyes?
How are those brownies? I got to have another one.
They're in the fridge right now. I've thought about them at least 2,000 times today.
I keep looking for sweets, and the trick is you don't buy sweets, and then you can't eat them. All right, so I like to check in on Asmongold to see where his Overton window is.
Yes.
If J.D. Vance does not push for treason with capital punishment for Tim Walz, do not vote for him. If Trump does not deliver that, do not vote for him. So he's saying if we don't get if we don't kill Tim Walz, don't vote for Trump and J.D. Vance. I like the energy.
I like the energy. I don't know if Asmongold actually knows what he's saying with that statement because he kind of has the understanding of the normie. But treason with capital punishment is execution, and
I think
correct.
I think he knows that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know if he does.
I think he does.
And that's what I'm saying is he's a bellwether, and he's calling for capital punishment against Tim Walz.
That
We used to
here's my
tar, we
thought.
used to tar and feather in this country. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think I actually have a tab for that.
There's a reason why my state doesn't have a governor's mansion. We burned it down in the colonial era, and we've never rebuilt it. They're not allowed to have a mansion in my state. So, yeah.
So, okay. No, we actually got to keep moving tabs. This one kind of pisses me off. Mark Kelly, one of the seditious six, the Democrats that came out and said, hey, military, don't follow orders. Mark Kelly was in the military, still getting a pension. So we're going to put him back to active duty, and we're going to court-martial him, and we're going to put him against the firing squad. No, he might get demoted and then get his pension's going to be a bit less.
Yeah.
I assume he's a millionaire.
Yeah.
So he'll get a few less $1,000 a month.
Just to quickly jump back to what I was saying, Sebrew did say that in the chat. He said, yeah, I think he just wants him to be arrested and put away for stealing billions of taxpayer money, which I think that's what Asman actually wants whenever he's calling for capital punishment. That being said, there are people who do deserve treason charges and capital punishment. 100%.
I'm not saying all the communists deserve to go against the wall, but at least 80%.
Can I pledge a question? Should Chinese spies and people who sell information to China allegedly be investigated for potential treason charges?
It depends. Do we know how hot Fang Fang was?
Yes.
That's,
not
She's
that
pretty
hot.
mid.
I was gonna say, honestly, Hayden,
Yeah,
you've seen,
really.
I imagine, plenty of pretty Asians. Fang Fang? I'll pull it
Yeah,
up.
not
wasn't
really.
that Tiffany
All right.
Tong, that's for sure.
So then Gavin Newsom goes on the wall for that one. So does Fang Fang.
Oh, yeah, bro.
And
I'm
Swalwell.
telling you.
That was
Swalwell?
Swalwell. That was
Yeah.
Swalwell.
Oh,
Eric
yeah, Swalwell.
Yes.
Yeah.
They all look like those reptilians.
They're all fucking related too.
Genuine? Can you call her a honey trap? I don't see
Oh
the
my
honey.
gosh.
I
Eric
do not-
Swalwell's gay. What the hell? That looks like a high hooker.
Wow.
That's not a
Yeah.
honey trap.
I mean, we heard him fart on live TV. It was pretty.
At least the ones from Mossad are kind of good looking half the time. They at least step up their game.
Like Gal Gadot, yeah, Israelis.
Yeah, that's what I'm
very
saying.
attractive
Yeah.
young ladies.
Yeah. Happy
yeah.
Shapiro.
China
What?
is apparently not sending their best. Wow.
Don't do that again, Eric.
At least
I'm
it
trying-
was.
Like and
Yeah.
subscribe. I need
He's getting the info wars.
I need super chats, please chat. Oh, I'll do
This is
whatever
the
it
only
takes.
nerds. No,
I'll do
this is
whatever
for
it
only
takes.
nerds account. Yeah.
Appreciate you. Wait, I threw my money gun on the ground. Sorry. I probably shouldn't do it all over my. But yeah, there we go. Hey, it's my job, I take it. I'm a professional. I take it
It's
seriously.
understandable.
So the question is. So ABF goes like fucking Black Ops, like no camera and whatnot when he drops his 50. Hayden, though, he just looks you right in the eyes when he drops his 1050s. And we actually have a clip or two for that. That's Hayden capturing Gavin Newsom. Or who do you want to capture, Hayden? Allegedly, peacefully, and legally, of course.
I think Newsom is probably my top pick, honestly.
And as far as like top Democrat contenders for 2028,
Top
that'd be a
threat,
good
yeah.
example. Yeah.
It's like
It was-
let's take out the top threat first of communists, and then we can go down the list of all the other ones who have committed crimes against the United States and her people.
So like I would love to arrest like Ilhan Omar. That would be a hilarious lol. But like John Birch Society brings up a good point. We can black bag the president of Venezuela in a single night, but we can't deport Kilmar Borrego Garcia, Maryland man, and make it stick. For those that don't know, he's currently free in America. The MS-13 illegal, who human traffic people.
Didn't you say he has a TikTok or something? He's like doing vlogs
He made up
or some
a
shit.
TikTok.
I'm telling you, the Democrats threw every penny that they have to keep him out of jail, and it worked.
Yeah, I know. Well, here's Trump trying to run the federal government without arms. I get it. Like, but this is what I want to see Trump doing. Actually, yeah.
I don't want to see it. I just want to know that it happened. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I clicked. Oopsie daisy. A little more trauma.
It's like Breeze feet.
No, but like you make a great point, or when Mark Mitchell polls amongst
Obviously.
Gen Z and my generation and stuff, and we
a bunch
want
of
Trump to
radicals.
be the dictator that the left thinks he is. We want like the iron fist of the heavy-handed law and order. Go into the cities, raid them, deport the scum. Arrest the criminal politicians. Do it.
No man breaks the law who like saves his people or whatever he did. Like
Napoleon Bonaparte, the man who saves his country, breaks no law. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Gen Z love that, and they're not wrong. And the millennials love it, and the Gen Xers who get it love it. That's what we want. And that's the problem. Is if we don't get a conservative revolution, a counter-communist revolution,
yes,
we're going to get a communist revolution. A Mamdani for president. It's going to be a nightmare,
and they're going to win. They're going to win
Trump
with vibes too. The commies will win with the good vibes, and the what Kamala say with joy. We'll win with joy. We'll rise above with joy.
Free stuff is incredibly effective when times are good.
Yes.
When times are bad, free stuff wins elections. Trump promised $500 billion to black people in 2020. His platinum plan, for Christ's sake. He out pandered the Democrats, for Christ's sake. Imagine if you promised $500 billion to white people. I'd vote for him. How do we solve this? I see this a lot, especially Mike Lee, Scott Pressler even says it. Nuke the filibuster. Here's the problem. Do we have 51 Republican senators? We obviously don't have the 60. Do we have the 51? Many argue not.
So it wouldn't even matter. You would just look like a dictator and not even get anything done.
And then the political capital we get from the Democrats destroying the filibuster, it's just gone because we would destroy it first. And the bubble's getting popped. The filibuster's going away. Mike Lee talks about the zombie filibuster, where it used to be the filibuster, you'd have to talk the whole time. But now they do some procedural shit where they can get away with it to where they make things take 60 votes that shouldn't. Like they should have to stand up there and talk for, forever and ever, like Hakeem Jeffries did not that long ago.
Yep.
But there's a zombie filibuster where they can just get away. I think what they like gavel in and some shit. That's how they're getting rid of like Trump not being able to get his nominees and stuff like that. There's all sort of bureaucratic sort of stuff they're using. So I don't think destroying the filibuster is going to work at this point. And then with the midterms coming up, Trump's got to get people on his side, and having Lindsey Graham cackling next to him. I want you to be successful. I want you guys to sweep the midterms. Please, God, I want it. Please. Mark Mitchell. God,
they have to earn it too. Republicans need to earn it. Yeah.
Correct. Or else it means we need to feel more pain. The only conclusion I can draw is that avoiding criminal accountability for systemic fraud is a statistical certainty. I think many Somalians are going to get in trouble. Plenty of white people and Democrats in there as well. I don't think Tim Walz is going to get in trouble. And so we are on a path to a bloody war. Does anyone think Tim Walz is going to be held accountable for this?
I think it's as likely as Maryland man getting arrested and staying arrested, because they will throw all their money at it and keep him out of jail because they don't. It ruins their image, so they're going to try to keep it up.
Their 92-year-old Clinton appointee image, yes. Isaac, you think Tim Walz is going to face justice?
No, not in this life anyway. Eternally, oh yeah, he'll be feeling the heat for sure. But I don't think he's going to see time behind bars, even though he should, obviously.
And it's like, if we're blackbagging Maduro, why can't we get anything done domestically? Trump has more leeway to do all this international stuff more than so domestic. But if we're just like gonna put quotes around international law, why can't we go and put some quotes? Like the Supreme Court already said these federal judges can't be doing this shit with all these injunctions, and we're still just going along with it. They haven't tried to impeach a single one of these judges. So
I mean, Nick Shirley, a 23-year-old with a camera, has been more effective at removing Tim Walz from office effectively than the president of the United States, who I love Donald Trump, but Nick Shirley, 23-year-old with a camera, essentially got Tim to stand down, drop out of the race, and he probably will leave office early, I bet. Yeah.
We are the media. And then a lot of people pointed out that, as we often do with Maduro or this, is us not being allowed to play games with Gamergate is how we got Trump, and therefore us Maduro got black bag because we weren't allowed to just be left alone and play video games.
Gamers had to start paying attention to shit.
Yeah, Tim Walz isn't running for re-election because gamers weren't allowed to just
the bread is stale and the circuses are boring. That's what happened.
Absolutely.
They if they kept that up, give us a dollar menu and Call of Duties that aren't gay, we probably wouldn't be having a Gen Z revolution coming.
And instead, we're on a path to a bloody war.
Rhodesia type of stuff. Yeah.
Bloody war sounds better than sci-fi dystopia global homo to me.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
it's more dignified.
Also, yeah, sorry. Before we move to communism, I'll give you a little more fun times of Sydney Sweeney. I can't wait for Housemaid to come to streaming so I can just fast forward until I find her boobs. Okay, now we have to talk about dirty commies. New York Mayor Zoran Mamdani. Inauguration starts with the socialist anthem.
He should have been arrested immediately when that started.
Yes, and do you remember Trump kicked MTG out of the White House so we can invite Mamdani to the White House for some photo ops. So this is actually one of the members of Boy Genius. It's actually a band, like a supergroup band I like. I like indie music, but they're counterculture, so obviously a bunch of dirty commies, and she's one of them, and I've always hated her, and this makes me hate her even more. Fuck these people, all these white women destroying America because like communism would like work if just Zoran Mamdani were in charge. They also need to be put against the wall. But that's
why am I so afraid to go out and walk at night? Why are they so afraid? Yeah.
It's Hayden.
I was gonna say it took him 2 whole fucking days to raise the price of the New York subway system.
Oh, you are nailing it. Yes.
Yeah.
From 2 to, so his whole thing was basically
it should be free.
Free healthcare. We're gonna steal all the apartments from white people and free buses. And first thing he does, we're raising it 10 cents. But while raising it 10 cents, apparently there's a bus line where it's free. I assume it's a fucking crime-ridden
It's a 7-hour ride.
Yeah. I spent the evening riding the only free bus in the city, the Q70, to hear what a fare free ride has meant to New Yorkers. Meaning he cleared all the homeless people out so he could do photo ops.
So do you know why he keeps saying that he wants free busing?
Because people are suckers.
Well, he keeps saying that they have the slowest buses, and his entire argument, which is kind of dumb in my opinion, is that because people have to pay, it slows down getting on the bus, so then the buses run slower. But
it has
then you're
nothing to do with the traffic in New York City. It's
but
just
if you're
the
letting,
fact that they have.
If you're letting people on that don't have a fucking dollar to their name, like they're going to cause problems, and the buses are going to go even slower. So
mobile homeless centers is how many people describe them in the replies. Yes.
Communists can't think their way out of a wet paper sack, and we are about to see it happen in New York City. If you live there or in the immediate area, I urge you, for your safety, please leave before Escape from New York becomes an actual real life scenario.
But they elected him with the foreigners, though. So it's the more Americans, white, black, whatever, keep moving away, the more Mamdani's going to have power.
But then it's just going to be the Middle East, and then we can glass that and restart.
He did his oath on the fucking Quran as well.
We need to abolish public transportation altogether.
Yes. I keep telling people, if it's on the ballot for your city, vote for your city, county, whatever.
Yeah. The bike trails, the bike lanes, yes.
Yeah, or
the bike lanes not
housing.
so much, but if they want to add buses actually start ruining a city.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The city I used to live in turned into absolute shit with the more and more buses that we got.
Where I live, there's a trail, and like my parents would always watch the 10 o'clock news, and I just walk by and catch all the crimes black people committed, and there's always a crime on that trail. I'm in the suburbs. Under Obama, they really started pushing it. They moved all the ghetto retards out of the city into the suburbs and paid them to live here.
Yeah.
The like. The whole
same thing happened to me. Yes.
Like in New York would be the equivalent.
It's almost like crime tends to move with the people committing crime rather than you move the people out and the crime goes away.
there's a really nice apartment complex that's a total ghetto. When my buddy moved in the first day, SWAT was throwing like flashbangs at some like gangbanger, and they did like witness protection and shit in there. It's an absolute shit show. Mark, yay, Mark. So I'm working on all my clips for all my homies, and you dropped that outrageously generous hundy the other day. I would love a movie, TV show that you love that I could find a clip for to do a clip for you, Mark. I'd love to have one for you. I really appreciate you. For 5, enjoying the political stream, but I feel like I'm losing brain cells, and I don't think it's the alcohol.
Isaac,
I get it.
It's because I'm on the stream. I'm sorry, Mark. I'm sorry, Mark. Yes,
I get it, but man, it's frustrating. And if you're like, you can't do it, I get staying away from it. But I'm finally, after taking a break and doing all the nerd stuff, I'm ready to fight, and it's such an important time to do some fighting back. However you can, and this is how we do it.
Well, I mean, look at the way that I do it. I come on here like every couple of weeks, like as often as I can. But there are some weeks that I'll message Erwin before we go live, and I'm like, I just can't do politics this week. Like I need to take a week off.
When we went back to weekly, I specifically said, Hayden, you feel free to take off when you need to. I know it gets to you sometimes.
Because again, for some of you guys who may not know, I came from being strictly political, just like Erwin did. I spent most of my life in politics and also being a nerd. Yes. And at one point I had to finally take a step back and go, okay, I need to focus more on nerdy shit. So now I've got to kind of balance the two of them a little bit. But
once you stare into the darkness for long enough, it starts to look back. Yes.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
It does. One of the things that broke me was watching people during COVID that were like, oh, we can't go outside. And I was still going to work and doing my everyday life stuff. And I was like, why are these people panicking? And I was watching people that I knew personally break apart mentally from it.
For me, I was a little ahead of the curve, which is why I had to go into culture war stuff. And now people are finally catching up. So I'm like, oh, it's my time. Some people are finally willing to listen to what I have to say. Please, God. Yeah. So.
No, I was fighting people on Facebook for years.
My Patriot, who was originally on these political shows, he loves that. I know ABF has his various Discord friends he argues politics with. Yeah, I get it.
Like friends I've been friends with before 2016. Trump gets in, and then like there's all this friction. It's funny.
And I get, and some of it's just not worth it and negative, but you can't help it, and it's
sometimes you got to take a break, but it is an important time right now.
Oh man, what a good mark of reality! Can you make a clip of Married with Children? Thank you, you nailed it. Yeah, that should be pretty easy to find. Let's see, Mark. Yeah, Married with Children. Thank you. Yeah, I got my post-it note.
Sitting on the couch with your hand halfway down your pants.
That's one I caught here and there on like cable. I've considered going back to it. Do you think I should check out some Married with Children?
I think you should. If you have like easy access to it, I would.
I feel like I would. Also, I love
I haven't seen the whole series, but like I've seen a decent chunk, and like I
loved Modern Family, which also has the dad in there as well.
I liked it too.
Fantastic in that. So I love to check that out. And it's one of those times that like now watching it now, it probably hits a bit differently.
Oh
it?
Can you believe that Married with Children, they proposed it that like a middle-aged guy is going to be depressed because he has a house with a garage and a car and a hot wife and he has kids and a job and everything like that's what qualified as depressed back, 35-ish years ago. And now we're like, whoa.
How'd you pronounce it?
In a house with a garage on it. Okay.
Garage?
Try being, try.
Call it a garage.
I think Homeland Security needs to go after Isaac next because of that.
It's called being a damn Yankee. Okay. Try it for a minute. It's not easy. Yeah, I know. But
you guys were the original Americans, so honestly, we shouldn't be able to make fun.
We're the real Americans, the heritage Americans. Yeah, we stepped off the Mayflower. No big deal, but
I'm the captain now.
Oh, Son's getting in here. Married with Children is goated. Love that show. Next time I have the urge, I will definitely check it out. Appreciate you, Jeff, for the $5.
I feel like Married with Children is one of those that you can just literally pick any episode and watch it, and you'll probably find a good episode.
It's lovely. It's kind of like The Office. You can just have it playing in the background as you clean your house.
And I mean, my whole thing, one of the reasons I hadn't watched all those 80s and 90s movies like you guys is because TV comedy was more my thing.
Right.
But I was a little too young for a Seinfeld and arguably a bit too young for Married with Children. So I think it would be a really good one to come back to. And after Jeff dropped that one, next time I feel the urge, I will. And we have a clip for that.
That's not the same thing. They could put 100 other things in there.
I think a lot of the stuff comes off the peanuts and they roast.
I love that. But sometimes ABF drops a 50 nuke and this happens.
Are you sure that isn't?
I love it. Fills up so much it starts coming out of the eyes. I love it. We're watching it again.
Are you sure that isn't?
Yes, I really appreciate you guys. The overwhelming amount of support. It's hard to put into words, so I put it into clips.
Are you sure that isn't?
Yeah, now all I can see is the eyeballs.
Yeah, I know.
So
I love
good.
it. I laughed so hard at that scene. I'm like, I got to do something with that. All right, appreciate you guys. Shout out, Jeff. And I wasn't going to be able to watch Young Frankenstein because it's not available anywhere. Shout out, Jeff. I will be able to watch it. Thank you. And I will definitely be turning that into a clip. Now, back to the commies. So this is Mamdani's tenant director. Sia Weaver will transition from treating property as an individual good to a collective good. Whites especially will be impacted. So some people did some looking into her. She, of course, deleted her Twitter. But thankfully, this person's... I dug in to see Weaver's Twitter history because she was Mamdani's housing advisor. I had a hunch she might get a position on his team. Well, she did. And she deleted her X account. However, I took some screenshots. There's no such thing as a good gentrifier. Only people who are actively working on projects to dismantle white supremacy and capitalism, and people who aren't. This is a silence is violence kind of person here.
Oh yeah.
What's her family background by any chance? I'm just curious.
I leave that to you. Instead of blaming folks for not having access to a mortgage in a rich neighborhood and all that comes with that, we could tax the rich. Invest in the public. We were just talking about how my suburbs is destroyed by these ghettos because you import the ghetto trash. You'll never believe it. It turns into ghetto. What? Stop all evictions. This seems like a squatter's right kind of bitch. And fun, 100%. Safe, stable, public housing for everyone. Happy Mother's Day. So this is 2022. For those who haven't read Solzhenitsyn's Gulag Archipelago, the Soviets would put like 4 families into a house. That's what communal housing was. And they'd all snitch on each other. And when they'd have to cook, they'd be like super guarded and like watching, you know, trying to like not be seen. And then they'd go and hide in their tiny little like a quarter. Instead of getting your own house like in America before the Indians came, you get a quarter or like a sixth or an eighth of a house.
For instance, like the house that I live in a 2-story, 4-bedroom house. Each one of those bedrooms would have been for one family with a shared kitchen, shared bathrooms, shared living area.
To be fair, my heart does go out to like the New Yorkers, the Californians. The price of living, the jacking up. Everyone's like, just move away. But like, even that is super expensive. And so many people are priced out of being able to do that. And so I generally do. Everyone's like, oh, well, they voted for it. A lot of people didn't vote for it, though, as well.
Absolutely.
Can we remember, too, New York City is 40% foreign-born. So almost half the city are non-Americans. And a piece of paper doesn't make you an American, to quote the greatest man in cinema history, Bill the Butcher. So, yeah.
So, to be fair, Harmeet Dillon, who is Indian, to be fair, one of the good ones, as we say. New York. Consider this your official notice, because, they're all about discriminating against white people. I could have gone through a bunch more. From the Justice Department, we will not tolerate discrimination based on skin color. It is illegal. Civil rights is paying very close attention. Thank you for your attention to this matter. It's kind of insane. The more moderate and the Democrats that Trump put in have been the most effective. Her and RFK and Tulsi have been some of the most effective somehow.
So I would argue that it's really not that insane because they're the same people that were Democrats in the 90s and early 2000s that they just didn't change from what they believed. Because remember, Trump was a Democrat for his entire life. And he also didn't change on what he thought was best for the country. It was the neocons and the far left that have continued to change and move further and further away from what America is supposed to be.
Correct. And we weren't allowed to say anything or else we'd be called racist. But now people are, that Overton window is moving so hard that General Mike Flynn be dropping anyone, please forward this to the mayor of New York City. Yes, that's what we're saying. Instead, Trump invites him to the White House. Come on. All right, we're going to blast through this quick because we got ABF's gaming stream to get to where he breaks out of a prison with a spoon. Dan Bongino, who I used to like, listened to him for quite some time, owns several of his books. I've bought things from his sponsors. Dan Bongino posts a Mediaite article. Fucking gross. Dan Bongino declares war on black pillars and grifters trying to hijack MAGA. You're damn right I
do
did.
like that they put hijack in quotes there, though.
Sounds like a bunch of doomers. You got to trust the plan, dude. Q's in control. Don't you know?
My rule is if you're quoting Mediaite or New York Times or anything like that, you've already lost. What is a right winger doing quoting fake left wing fake news? ABF, did you have a thought?
No, I don't. Sorry,
okay.
I was just sighing.
Well, yeah. So Dan Bongino dropped because he just left the FBI. I'm coming back to podcasting, and what's he gonna do? He's calling out all the black pillars and the anti-Trumpers. We got midterms coming up, and there's no time for bullshit. So you know how Ben Shapiro and others failed at canceling Tucker Carlson? I like Dan Bongino. When I watched him, he's a self-described Zionist. This whole little tech, this Peter Thiel, this Elon Musk, this Dan Bongino, who was invested in Parler, invested in Rumble. They do lots of good, but this whole little tech, they have some ulterior motives. And Dan Bongino, and then a lot of them, like Dan Bongino, are super pro-Israel. So Ben Shapiro and that whole clique failed to cancel and gatekeep. So now they're sending in Dan Bongino, who I quite liked before he absolutely failed at being FBI, deputy director. He's going to go the Ben Shapiro route and absolutely destroy any remaining goodwill he has, trying to gatekeep black pillars and anti-Trumpers. Trump's having a problem with his image. Now Dan Bongino is going to come out to try to shame conservative Twitter into being pro-Trump.
Can I make
one
point about that? Love him or hate him. Love him or hate him. I don't care. He made a great point.
I used to love him.
No, I'm talking about Razor Fist. Love. I don't care about the other stuff. He had a great tweet. He had a great tweet 2 days ago. I'm going to read it. He said, right-wing podcasting has developed into the same half dozen million sub, million view millionaires interviewing each other about how they're too dangerous to be platformed. And that's really what it is. The right-wing echo chamber, really, which we don't want to do. We want to think independently. And it really is about the same dozen million sub channels. Like, we're too dangerous, dude. Interview me.
And this gets into the neocons as well. And the neocons are currently doing all their wars. They got NTGs and the Thomas Masseys out, and they need to do this gatekeeping so people don't complain about all the regime changing we're about to do. And even with the Teflon Don, it's just like, I don't like seeing him get manipulated by all the neocons, even though there are some positives that are going to come out of this stuff. It worries me. And I think that's a legitimate concern. Even though I do realize he's the Teflon Don. And then Dan coming out to shill for him, it's just such a bad look. And he's doing all these, sorry that's too long, bro. I hope you're doing okay. Exactly. I'm sorry for your loss kind of shit.
Yeah.
I ain't reading all that. Yeah.
All right, with that, I'm going to let you guys finish up. Like I said, I've been feeling a little bit under the weather, so I'm going to go ahead and bounce out. But good show tonight. Good talks, guys. Thank you for being in chat.
Better
you guys later. Thank you. Appreciate your war against the Grays. Now, Shane Cashman, roast him. Dan Bongino has returned to podcasting to finally get things done. He's going to obliterate the deep state with his podcast once and for all. A lot of the cope is going around like that. It's kind of embarrassing. Kyle Seraphin pointing out, Kyle Dan Bongino's going after Milo. Like the warning, like God, don't get into the muck.
There's no point.
With your political opponents. Getting in the muck with Milo? What are you doing, Dan? God, you're smarter than this, bro. And then Kyle Seraphim, who also is a bit of a... I like him. I appreciate all his whistleblowing, but he also is a Mr. Purity Test kind of guy. Bongino went on a recent campaign of calls asking for support and threats to people who spoke negatively about his performance. He got the call.
Oh my gosh.
Alex Jones got the call. There's also an FBI threat that came around the same time too, coincidentally. It had the opposite effect on a decent number of people who will not support him again. Dan Bongino is about to just go self-immolate. God, it's so sad. It's so embarrassing. And then, God, the Dilly, the meme team, they're all in on it too.
Oh, dude, Sean Faresh, he's great Trump impersonator, but he had some really weird takes recently on this stuff. Really weird. And I don't even remember the specifics, but he had some really weird takes.
So on one of those Dan Bongino posts, Matt Gaetz put at Grok, can you tell me when Dan Bongino ran for office and did he win? And I'm like, oh, Matt, you know what you're doing. So Dan responded to that, talking about shady parties with moneyed insiders, grifting off your daddy like a suckling little dog. Oh, my God. He's trying to be Mr. Strong New Yorker. Yeah, it is.
That's not how we win. Yeah.
It's at Crash Out already. Immediately. My reply to one of his was, I know you've been busy recently, so you must not have seen Ben Shapiro try to cancel Tucker Carlson. Oh, you've been busy, so you probably haven't seen this Vivek Ramaswamy, which we'll touch on here briefly. So Matt Gaetz responded with it. I love he dropped a take a chill pill, Dan. Use code Matt10, and he dropped one of his fucking sponsorships. His pharmacy is probably his ivermectin sponsorship. He told him to take a chill pill.
I will say that's a little bit funny. That's a little bit
funny, but also, like I said, I know you like him because he's finally, coincidentally speaking out about Israel, but he also keeps pulling this establishment shit. And a lot of people
say balls and strikes. It's balls and strikes.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, a lot of people want to say he's gonna be better. He'd be better than Pam Bondi, but I'm like, probably not by enough. Much better though, sadly.
I think demeanor goes a long way, but you're right.
So,
yeah.
So Dan Bongino reposted this. This guy who has an Israel flag in his fucking name. What's the difference between Matt Gaetz and a bag of dog shit? The bag.
Oh, wow.
And this is
that is so petty.
Dan's going after him for being a dirty anti-Semite. It's like, bro, you haven't been on X for a while, have you? And then someone points out, Dan and Cash gave America a black pill suppository with the Epstein cover-up, only turn around and blame us for noticing. And then I think we're getting to, Ramaswamy Vivek. Social media is a trap for politicians. Here's why I'm not going to be on X anymore. We bullied Vivek off of X, guys.
Pretty based. Yeah.
And what's hilarious,
used to like Vivek a lot more than I do now.
He was on F&T, bro. You remember that?
Yep. Oh, man. I thought that was awesome until you just said that.
Yeah, this is from December 19th. If you're scared of your comment section, you're not fit to lead. Let's half a month later. Oh, so here's why I'm leaving X and why it's a good thing. And then he did his whole AmFest thing. If you can't handle social media trolls, you can't handle governing. And that whole AmFest was also why, so like white Americans are the worst and we need to import all of these Indians. I don't worry, I'm Indian. It has nothing to do with why I believe that. Oh, this one. Vivek quits social media. Next, he should quit America and go home. We used to not be able to say things like that. Bow-tied Ranger, rest now, Vivek. We have the watch, and we'll see you in Valhalla.
See you in Valhalla, brother. Here's a white monster. We'll see you in Agartha. We'll see you, man.
Oh, man.
Beautiful. And ABF, we will see you in digging a hole with a spoon. You want to tell Chad about that?
So Tomac gifted me the game. I played.
Too.
I played it for about 10 minutes, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so addicting. I want to keep playing, but I have to be on Erwin's stream, so I'm gonna start over, do a fresh playthrough. It's hilarious. The toilet talks to you, and you do exchanges with him to upgrade your spoon. I cannot wait to play it more.
Yes, spoon upgrades. And go! Isaac, what you got coming up?
Every Monday night, Golden Age podcast on my channel at 7:30 Eastern. Couple weeks, we're going to have the Angry Badger on again, talking some current events, culture war, politics, kind of anything. It's not a political show. It's what's in the news. Let's show some memes and have some fun. So appreciate the support.
Sweet. Tomorrow, I'll be on Badgers and then on some ABF gaming with some Dead Zone Rogue. I can't wait to get back to that. No one cares. I don't care because I really want to play it and I can't wait. And I can't beat the boss solo, so I need you guys. I'm kind of using you to beat the boss for me. I mean, make sure you join us for some ABF gaming for some legit gaming skills. We're so good. Wait. Marco Rowdy, I wanted my Xbox censored by the German government. Hayden, he left too soon. Hayden also gets censored by the German government. I got an official letter emailed to me and everything. Yes, Hayden likes to brag about his German government emails. That means
that Mark did it right. Good job.
Yes. Yep. And then if you want some more politics, we'll be raiding into some Price of Reason Live. So make sure you check that out. If you'd rather watch some gaming, check out some ABF coming up here shortly. Appreciate you all, and we will see you later. And thank you all for that wild ass support. And fuck commies.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I needed to get rid of the human garbage, otherwise known as my best friends.
Come on.
Bonnie, how do you keep getting back in?
Well, bye.
If we're not back by dawn, call the president.
Yeah, Hayden's always bragging about how much the German government hates him. And I'm always bragging about how much AIDS we all have.
Everyone!